Even CNN fact checks Jayapal's false attack on Trump over Medicaid. They can, leftists like Jayapal, Democrats like Jayapal, continue to push this fake stuff that Republicans are trying to get rid of Medicaid. They want to disband Medicaid when nothing could be further from the truth. They say they've been using this tactic for years. How many years now have they been saying Republicans are going to get rid of Medicaid? Yet it's still here. No Republican ever came out their mouth and ever said they were going to get rid of Medicaid. It gotten so bad that even CNN had to fact checker on this. So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna play the clip. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from Life Zet, and they report that during a live interview on CNN Tuesday, Washington Democrat Rep. Pamela Jayapal falsely claimed that President Donald Trump had called for cuts to Medicaid, prompting immediate correction by CNN host Boris Sanchez. The exchange took place on CNN News Central during a discussion about a Republican-backed spending proposal and its implications for federal entitlement programs. Jayapal strongly criticized the GOP bill, alleging it would severely impact government programs such as Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, and the Department of Education. The Congresswoman also accused President Trump of supporting reductions to programs, a claim that was quickly addressed by Sanchez. Let's just get right to the clip here. Here we go.
Last election, do you think your party should seek some common ground and try to pass parts of this bill, make concessions, or, taking another approach, attempt to block it altogether?
Of course they're going to block it altogether. They can't have Trump get a win. And look at everything that's in this bill. You know, this actually that it will actually help average American people. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Look, this is a bill that cuts a minimum of $880 billion from Medicaid, a program that serves 33 million kids across the country.
Lies.
This is a bill that is going to allow the Trump administration to continue to destroy all of the federal agencies, gets rid of the Department of Education. In the Judiciary Committee tomorrow, we're going to be debating the judiciary parts of this. This is, again, sort of green-lighting the mass deportations of U.S. citizens, legal permanent residents, others. So, no.
It's so sickening how they can look at the bill. They know exactly what's in it and just make this stuff up. Just making stuff up. None of that stuff is true.
I don't think that you can start to try to have a compromise on a bill that destroys the economy for the American people, that cuts Social Security and Medicare, which Elon Musk called the
lies. Oh, rewind it. I mean, that Social Security is cutting Social Security. I mean, she's just making this stuff up again. I advise people to read the bill for yourself.
Deportations of U.S. citizens, legal permanent residents, others. So, no, I don't think that you can start to try to have a compromise on a bill that destroys the economy for the American people, that cuts Social Security and Medicare, which Elon Musk called the great big ones that we have to eliminate. This is not a bill that is in any way going to help the American people. If Republicans wanted to put forward a bill that helped the American people, that actually cut costs for Americans, that raised taxes so that the rich finally pay their fair share instead of getting giant tax breaks, then sure, we would be interested in talking about that. But that's not the bill we have before us, Boris. So I think you can expect a wholesale opposition to cutting Medicaid, Social Security, Medicare, the Department of Education, everything that they are doing.
Just to be precise, Congresswoman, I believe that in that soundbite, Elon Musk was talking about fraud in those entitlement programs being the big ones that they have to tackle.
No, that's not.
That's what he said in that soundbite.
He literally said fraud in those programs. See how they lie?
We can go back and find it, and we'll exchange emails, and you'll see that what he was talking about specifically in that soundbite that I believe you're referring to is fraud. And President Trump has said that he will not sign anything that cuts Medicaid, though it is true that the committee that oversees Medicaid has outlined $880 billion in cuts. How they make that math work is a question for Republicans. Nevertheless, I do want to get your thoughts on Speaker Johnson arguing that your party doesn't.
Hold on. So he even admitted that President Trump said he is not signing a bill that will cut Medicaid. So what is she talking about? Again, they just make this stuff up.
Have a leader or a vision or a platform. He argues that all you have is obstruction, and that's not what Americans voted for. You have to acknowledge.
True. What are they for? They are not for anything. They're just anti-Trump. Everything that Trump does, they want to put a stop to it. That's all they're doing. That's all they got. They're not putting forth any solutions, not doing any, talking about anything to help actual people.
The Democrats are in a tough spot. There's this new CNN poll that found that 57% disapprove of how party leaders have performed. Why do you think that is, Congressman?
Because they suck.
Well, I think it's a tough time in our country, and I think Democrats do have to come together and show that we have not just an opposition vision, but what I call a proposition vision. What are we fighting for? Things like big investments in housing, universal child care. These are the things that had we passed, and we almost did, we passed it in the House, I think we might have won the November election. So we got to continue to focus on bringing costs down, on making health care affordable for everyone.
Yeah, but that's not what you're doing. You're making it more expensive for everyone. Look at everything that Biden did to our economy. He hurt the same people that you claim you're trying to help. But despite repeated claims by Jayapal and other Democrats that House Republicans are trying to gut Medicaid, no evidence has been presented to support that accusation. The budget resolution recently passed by House Republicans sets spending targets, but does not include specific policy mandates or cuts to Medicaid. Nevertheless, some Democrats, including Jayapal, continue to circulate the claim. Jayapal previously stated on X, writing, 99% of House Republicans just voted to gut Medicaid so they can lower taxes for the richest 1%. They're showing you exactly who they're working for. And someone responded, said, "You are literally too stupid to insult, but I'm going to give it a try anyways." The Democrat Party proved tonight, but they hate, I guess that's a mistake, proved tonight, I should say that they hate America. You voted on no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security. Exactly how many billionaires does that even help? Exactly. That helps the average American person, the person that doesn't get paid salary, that's getting overtime pay. It's going to benefit from that. The people that get tips, they're going to benefit from that. No tax on Social Security. People are going to benefit from that. So what are you talking about right now? House Republicans have rejected those accusations, noting that the budget resolution does not address Medicaid directly. When asked by reporters for proof that the resolution included Medicaid cuts, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries did not offer supporting documentation. I played that video. I played that video, that clip before, when he was like stumped on it. He was like, whoa, like, dude, there is nothing in there that said they're going to cut Medicaid. Jayapal has previously faced scrutiny for making unsupported claims. In one congressional hearing, she stated that no unaccompanied migrant children had gone missing, contradicting data from federal records showing Immigration and Customs Enforcement lost track of more than 32,000 children since 2019. So what is she talking about? Anyone that believes anything that comes out this woman's mouth need to be checked, because she's ridiculous. The CNN interview marked a rare moment of on-air pushback against a sitting Democrat from a mainstream outlet, adding to ongoing debate over entitlement programs and fiscal policy heading into the next legislative cycle. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. I found it very interesting that the CNN finally checked the nonsense. Leave y'all comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.